The Winterhawks take the ice, the pride already out there. This U16 game, just about ready to go. Peyton Yeager on the dot at center ice for the pride. She'll face off against her numerical equivalent, Danica Morden. And her 8 points already this season. We are underway here in the first U16s game at the Red Rink this weekend. And right away, the Winterhawks go to work in the offensive zone, pushing the puck down low as Ann Gilbertson. Washington trying to break it out of their end. It's stick down by Richardson. Richardson looking towards Gilbertson. Pass is disrupted there, and Washington will clear down the length for our first stoppage of the game. 24 seconds in, and it's an icing. North American Hockey Academy, as I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, sitting at the top of the standings here. This is their red team for the U16s. One of the same players at the face-off dot again. Yeager wins it this time back into the near corner of her defensive zone. Washington now trying to pry the puck off the boards. Winterhawks coming away with possession. Danica Morden goes up top to the point for Drevich. Drevich D to Freeman. Freeman had a shot poked in, and right away the Winterhawks take a 1-0 lead. Not sure who got the deflection there, but it's Abby Richardson leading the line, and that's perhaps to be expected here. The leading goal scorer for the Winterhawks gets her 7th of the season, just 43 seconds into the game. That's about as perfect of a start as you could script for North American Hockey Academy, as Olivia Johnson leans in against Emmy Arita for the initial draw on the restart. This time it'll be the Washington side who push into the offensive zone as Liv Murray knocks it down deep. But the Winterhawks come up the other way with it on Olivia Johnson's stick. She kicks it out wide for Elle Gasso. Gasso behind the boards, looking to start up the offense again after the Winterhawks take an early 1-0 lead after the deflection from Richardson finds the back of the net. Washington struggles a bit in the goal scoring department. Only 2 goals scored so far this season. And they have an uphill battle from the get-go here to overcome. D pass, Boyce to Crowley. Ends up in the neutral zone on the stick of Lexi Drevich for the Winterhawks. Directed by Academy players. Drevich now up the left wing. Looking off the end boards for Kira Gray. Washington now sets it up behind their own goal. Centering feed there for Camden Van Kirk. Ends up clearing the puck out of the defensive zone. And the Winterhawks poke it back to the neutral zone. Miles just had the puck hop off her stick there, and Sarah Caldecott comes away with it, snaps a shot off towards goal, and a pad save made there by Nicole Bethune. Stretch pass up the middle for Richardson. Ended up at the feet of Caldecott. Caldecott lost an edge in the well-loved ice here at the Red Ring. Back to collect is Morden. Danica Morden weaves her way through the neutral zone. Connects with Richardson. High slot, drops it off for Schneider. Fitzpatrick snaps a shot off. Just goes wide. Maybe got a piece of it there with the Washington netminder. Another shot comes in. This time Richardson just puts it wide. Winterhawks all over the pride here. Just 3 minutes in. Top to the blue line. Nailing in the middle for Richardson. Richardson tried to snap a shot off. I don't think it got through to the cage there of Kaylee Allen. Allen has not benefited from very good defensive play in front of her. Morden got it to the slot, just had it poked away there by a last gasp effort from Ziegler. Fitzpatrick keeps it in the zone, looking to go towards goal. Tried to work it in the middle there to Gasso. Ended up putting it up to her skates instead of her stick, and Washington will just fling it down the length of the ice for the icing here. Fresh legs back out there, despite the defensive zone draw for the Pride. I think that's what they were looking for more so than an advantageous position on the rink there. They were looking to get some fresh legs out there. The Olivia Johnson leading in against Arita. Johnson wins it back for the Winterhawks. Managing to pry the puck away though is Ayla Wendt. But the Winterhawks still putting the pressure here on the forecheck. Megan Goldie comes away with it in the far corner. Wilbur regains possession for the Pride. Slides it to Arita. Up the ice now for Claire Sullivan, and Sullivan clears it past the blue line, but the Pride once again run into that tough neutral zone defense. The Winterhawks, and Freeman regains possession for the team in red. And just about at the 5-minute mark here. It's been all Winterhawks so far. I don't think the Washington Pride have had too much zone time offensively. And they'll take a change here as Claire Sullivan regains possession of the loose puck at neutral ice. She'll send them around the boards and head to the bench for fresher legs. And the Winterhawks now will go to work. Kira Gray pokes it ahead. But Taylor Boyce is there for it for the Pride. Worth managed to almost send the puck back down into the Washington end, but Kennedy Miles got in front of it. Miles now stuck up along the boards by Fitzpatrick. Washington trying to develop some zone time. Friendly fire there. Sees them repelled back to the neutral zone. The Winterhawks take a change here. Washington trying to break out quickly. Monica Morton pokes it down low. Taylor Boyce tries to progress forwards for the Pride. It's taken back by the Winterhawks. There it is now with Gilbertson. Cross ice feed and score! It's Richardson again, her second of the game. And the Winterhawks take a 2-0 lead. Nice 2-on-1 progression there, and once again, Kaylee Allen, not much she could have done there. A great heads-up play off the feed there from Johnson. Find Richardson wide open on the weak side, and she finds the back of the net for her second of the game. 8 goals to her name already this season. And at the restart, it's back under control of the team in red. North American Hockey Academy putting it all over Washington Pride so far. Richardson gets a touch at the red line to avoid icing, and Washington will now try to make something happen with possession behind their own goal. Alfred at her pass, bounce off of Winterhawks skates, and it's held at the blue line by Freeman. Freeman off the end boards. Looking for Gilbertson, and now Washington trying to come up the other way with it. It's Taylor Zielker. Near side corner. Freeman comes away with it. And slides it over now to end. Gilbertson. Gilbertson stretches the ice, gets the touch from Richardson. No icing. And into the final 10 minutes of the first frame here. NAHA Red already 2-0 up. Olivia Johnson using her power to skate in behind. Fitzpatrick with a shot from range. Glove save made by Kaylee Allen. 10:15 left to go here in the first. Remember, 17-minute periods here. U16 division. Ends up being about 54 minutes of play instead of 60. Olivia Johnson wins the draw in the offensive zone. Fitzpatrick from the point tries to feed it through a number of Pride players and just couldn't work it through traffic there. But once again, Washington struggling to clear. They managed to get it to the neutral zone, and Liv Murray now can take it up the left wing. Murray, though, immediately suffocated by Gassell. That allows Ellie Mailing to come up the other way with it. Mailing with a head of steam. Good stick work there from Taylor Boyce to disrupt her. And frees up Claire Sullivan a bit to take it up the left wing herself. See Drevich collects behind her own goal line, takes it out of her zone herself. Self-pass off the board, still with Drevich. Drevich behind the opposing goal now. Near side circle, dropped off for Freeman. Freeman looking interior, goes off the end boards instead. Reese Herringer. Centering feed, gets it in front to Kira Gray. Gray couldn't materialize that chance. High stick played there by Ali Crossett, and that'll be another draw in a tough spot for Washington, down 2-0.
You couldn't see your stick. I don't know why they called that.
Just great play at the red line and offensive blue line so far from the North American team. There's the Boston-based side. Around the boards down low. Sarah Caldecott collects for Washington. Still Caldecott. Caldecott trying to weave away from the relentless forechecking Winterhawks, and Freeman cuts at the point. Fires a shot off, took a deflection, goes wide. Herringer. Down low for Gray. Gray working behind the goal line. Off the boards now to Worth, and we'll have a call here. A stoppage for a penalty. And they go against the Winterhawks, it seems. Will be Mary Worth. Except for a body check. So Washington Pride now with a great chance to get one on the board. Have their deficit to the North American team here. And it'll be Peyton Yeager taking the draw for the Pride up against Danica Morden. Morden wins it back into the corner for the Winterhawks. Held at the point though well by Claire Sullivan. Sullivan to Yeager. Up top, shot, score! Sarah Caldecott finds the back of the net from the high slot. And we've got a game. Third goal of the season for the Pride, first of the season for Caldecott. We've got a 2-1 game here at the Red Rink. 8:15 left to go in the first period. And they wasted no time. 14 seconds of the penalty elapsed before Caldecott found the back of the net. A snipe from the high slot. And that'll do wonders for Washington in this game. Richardson from the right wing tries to feed it in front of goal. Gilbertson collects at the left wing now. Finds Richardson again. Up top to Fitzpatrick at the pointer. Shot through traffic. Doesn't get through. Given the red light there was Sarah Caldecott. The goal scorer still on the ice. Swiveling away from the pressure though was Gilbertson. Off the end boards. And out. After Lauren Smith played it ahead. Richardson collects at the right wing after the defensive zone feed. Looking towards goal intentionally wide. Held at the boards there by Olivia Johnson using that large frame along the boards. As Claire Sullivan now kicks it up the other way. Tries to stick handle past one, couldn't get past the other. New strength here on the ice, despite what the in-house scoreboard may tell you. Washington holds it at the blue line, but dumps and changes. Karen Freeman. As her clearance taken away in neutral ice by Sullivan. Sullivan drops it off for Wendt. And Wendt will send it down the length of the ice for icing. 6:47 to go here in the first period. 2-1 the score after Washington found the back of the net thanks to Caldecott. Three goals scored across these two teams. Only two individual goal scorers, as Richardson has a pair already after about 5 minutes. We're already about 10 minutes through this one, and Washington looking a little bit more confident in transition. Trying to work it up the ice through Crossett. Crossett stood up at the offensive blue line for the Pride, but Kennedy Miles comes away with it. Poking it through there was Taylor Boyce. And it comes back out for the clearance from the Winterhawks. Taylor Boyce. Gets it to the left wing for Crossett. Ellie Crossett, interior looking pass. Spinning and shooting was Miles. But swallowing up the puck there was Nicole Bethune. Showing off that .298 goals against average on the season so far. 2-2-1 record for her between the pipes. She stops 87% of the shots she faces. Danica Morden for the Winterhawks. Moving in against Ellie Crossett. Excuse me, that's Peyton Yeager for the Pride. Drevich off her own end boards to Freeman. Back to Drevich. On the boards looking for Johnson. Gilbertson now retrieves with a bit of space to skate. Gilbertson in the middle for Richardson. Richardson just couldn't get a shot off. Danica Morden around the boards. Richardson collects. Far corner. Up top to Drevich. Drevich looking through traffic. That one bounces right into the glove of Kaylee Allen. Good save there through traffic, and a bit of a screen in front of her as well. And that keeps the Winterhawks off the board again. 2-1 the score here in favor of the team wearing red. Danica Morden once again for the Winterhawks. Back up top for Mailing. D to Fitzpatrick. Richardson, goal line extended, now behind the goal. But Gilbertson in front for Morden, couldn't get her shot off. Still at the feet of the Pride, and a shot just goes wide. I think Richardson tapped it towards goal. Richardson again collects after the wayward clear from Washington. This one finally gets back to the neutral zone. Mailing collects. Mailing's pass picked off there by Arita. Arita, though, friendly fire off of Murray, sees the puck go back into the hands of the Winterhawks. Goldie, no trouble in her own end. Brings the puck over to Washington. Good move to work inside there from Sullivan, but she is bounced away by Goldie. Morden, a pass picked off in her own end by Sullivan. Sullivan centering feed, though, taken away by Fitzpatrick. And now Goldie from the right wing in towards goal, goes behind it instead. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first. Drops it off there for Johnson. Johnson over to Freeman. Freeman claps one towards goal. Pad save made by Allen. Screened by her own defender there was the Pride netminder, and Drevich will have to skate into her own end after she deflected the puck to avoid icing. So, cross ice feed in her own end to Freeman. Freeman spins away from the forechecking Crossett. Drops it off there for Johnson. So, great puck movement up to Goldie. She's had a long shift out there, and I think she knows it as she sweeps the puck from the red line, heads to the bench. Taylor Boyce from the blue line looking in towards goal, harmlessly patted away there by Bethune, the netminder. And now Olivia Crowley back into her own end to collect. D to Boyce. Picked off by Worth. Worth had space to skate, just had to escape her stick. Now here comes Kennedy Miles. Miles up the left wing. Good move to get past the pair of defenders. She dumps and heads to the bench for a change. Final 3 minutes of play here in the first period. 2-1 the score in favor of the North American Hockey Academy Winterhawks. Worth still with it through the neutral zone. Tried to fling it towards goal, sticked away though by Ziegler. Up in the air, it's batted down by Gray. Ending up with the possession there is Lauren Smith. Smith up the right wing. Has to pass it to herself. Works around Drevich. Collects her puck. Centering feed to the weak side. Just escaped. Looked like Ziegler there. Still with Pride. Lauren Smith. Right wing. Freeman there to pick it off. Held on though by Smith. Smith keeps it in the zone for Washington. Ziegler and Smith both head to the bench. Defensive change here as the Winterhawks look to break it out from their own end. Good forecheck from Murray. Keeps the puck down low for the Pride, but Drevich escapes with the puck in front of her own goal. Up into the air and knocked down by Worth. held by Arita, and she'll take it up the left wing herself with a bit of space as the Winterhawks took a change. Here it is in front for Arita. She scores! Tie game! Emmy Arita goes from the red line to the goal to score and knocks the game up at 2 apiece. The Washington Pride scored just 2 goals the entire season leading up to this game. They've got 2 in 1 period. Just a bit under 2 minutes to go here in the first period. Winterhawks win the puck, but Pride win possession. We're back to a level playing field here. After a hot start from the Winterhawks, they're back to square one. In front for Danica Morden. Her shot is saved initially, but then they find the back of the net on the follow-up. And it was short-lived for Washington, unfortunately, but the Winterhawks are back in front, and it's Richardson who scored. She's got a hat trick in just the first period. Pretty good day at the office for Abby Richardson, the leading goal scorer for this Winterhawks team. And the tie game lasted all of 20 seconds. And North American Hockey Academy right back out in front. Good pressure there from Washington, but coming away with it was Ann Gilbertson. Gilbertson collects it behind the goal line. Now goes goal line extended in the far corner. It's in front to Danica Morden. Morden just had a body in the way. Now the Pride comes up the other way with it with a minute to go here in the first. Richardson knocks it ahead, but it's taken away there by Taylor Boyce. Winterhawks nearly caught with too many on the ice there. Just having to hop over the boards. There's Fitzpatrick. Centering feed doesn't find anybody. And into the final minute of play here in the first period, just a bit over 30 seconds to go. That one out of reach for Drevich, and that allows Ziegler to come away with it. Their pass to the point just hops over the blue line. Taylor Boyce manages to keep it along the boards, though, in a good position. That allows Ziegler to knock it ahead. 20 seconds to go here, but Freeman comes away with it for the Winterhawks. Smith trying to feed it in front. Gasso couldn't get it off the boards. Drevich can, and she'll go D to D to Freeman. Freeman couldn't get a hold of it, but there's only 5 seconds left in the period. That will do it here in the first frame of action. A thrilling one as the North American Hockey Academy Red team really got off to a hot start, but then Washington found their footing, answered back with a pair of goals to tie the game briefly before Richardson cemented the hat trick with the 3rd goal of the period for North America. An exciting one here through 17 minutes of play. Not the first intermission. A couple things to work on for both teams, I'd say. I mean, Washington needs to do a better job at keeping things out of the middle defensively, and I think North America needs to watch out for the transition from Washington, because Washington's able to break out and get up the ice pretty quickly, and I don't think, you know, North America was fully expecting that. They were holding a high line, and it just seems like Washington was able to get in behind there. There's that quick first intermission. Only seems quicker because there is no ice cut. So that second period always is a little bit more snowy. Haven't seen the outdoors yet, but it was snowing when I came in here today. It's very wintry, festive attitude here at the Canton Ice House. And the Arita, goal scorer for Washington. He leans in at center ice to start off the second period. Gets Olivia Johnson. And the Pride win the draw. Here it is now with Wynn. Centering feed from Sullivan, looking for Murray, just a bit out in front. Murray almost had it in front of her own bench. Comes away with Wilbur instead, back in her own end. A loose water bottle there behind the goal as NAHA tries to make it a fourth. Shot saved there. Fitzpatrick claps one towards goal. It didn't get through traffic. Still alive with the Winterhawks. Megan Goldie wheels it around to the left wing. Goal line extended, centering feed. And nothing doing there quite yet. Johnson back up top to Fitzpatrick. Back to Johnson. Just a nifty little slid pass to Goldie there. Ends up being disrupted progressively by Washington. And now coming away with it is Claire Sullivan. Sullivan takes the red line and she'll dump as Washington takes the change here. Just 2 minutes, or just a minute gone by here in the second period. Danica Morden leading the charge on the forecheck, making life very difficult for those Washington defenders. Puck frozen along the boards here, and coming away with it is Kaylee Boyce. Boyce ahead to Miles. Miles, stretch pass, escapes everyone and goes the length for icing. So it'll be Landon Van Kirk for Washington, leaning in against Danica Morden for North American team. Washington now coming up with it. Here's Kennedy Miles. Miles plays it to herself in the near corner. Trying to reverse the direction a little bit. Runs into a pair of Winterhawks. And manages to just barely connect with Crossit. Crossit centers the puck, but no one on the other end of it. Good look there from Crossit. Just didn't have the teammates nearby. Richardson will hold the offensive zone, giving her team ample time to change. It's held at the blue line there by Haniger. Fitzpatrick cuts on neutral ice. Slides it over to Gray. Gray up the right wing, high circle. Goal line extended now, behind the goal. Looking in towards the middle. Centering feed, didn't get a clean shot off initially to Gasso. And her second shot. Looks like it went off the pads of Allen there. 2-on-2 developing here for Washington. They'll take the change instead. And Nailing goes to work in the far corner for the Winterhawks. Pride going to work on the forecheck now. Peyton Yeager behind the goal line manages to poke it over to Ellie Crossit. Crossit gets it up top for Alford. Alford towards goal, save made by Bethune. 13:57 left on the clock here in the second period. Still the same score as it was after the first. North American Hockey Academy 3, Washington Pride 2. Olivia Johnson. Peyton Yeager. Yeager wins it back. At the blue line for Went. Went. Her shot bounced wide off a Winterhawk body there. In the corner now Went from the point. Sends it down low. Nailing over there to collect. Drevich spins away from the pressure of one. It's over to the right wing. And just barely able to clear there with the Winterhawks, but still on the stick of Lauren Smith. Smith trying to stretch it up ahead to Ziegler. And we'll go all the way to the far corner here. Freeman, good job there using the body to separate player from puck. Puck ends up high in the air and bouncing to the stick of Went. Went out wide to the right wing for Smith. Off the glass and a weird carom, and Arita comes up with it. Just lost her handle. And offside there as it is touched by Lauren Smith. Neutral zone face-off here. Arita leaning off against Danica Morden. And back by the Pride. The Winterhawks maintain possession. Here's Gilbertson. Gilbertson Plays it to herself off the boards. Trying to center the puck. Gets it to the near far dot for Morden. And here's Malin skating it in from the blue line. Blue line extended now in the near corner. Sends it around the boards. Not enough mustard on that one to connect with a teammate. But Richardson takes it away at the blue line. Just lost her handle. And Fitzpatrick comes away with it. Good poke check there from Sullivan. Almost had a breakaway. Just a bit too much on that puck. Gilbertson tried to sweep it ahead to Richardson. Washington will collect the puck instead. Here's Sullivan. Through center ice, going right to left across the neutral zone. Drevich poked it away, and Richardson has plenty of time to collect the puck and assess her options there. She fires it over to Gasso, sweeps it around a pair of defenders, kicks it to herself, and it's still Gasso. Great stick work there in the neutral zone, and she'll take it back to the neutral zone here. As Winterhawks cede some position. 11 minutes, 30 seconds to go here in the second period of action between these two teams. Drevich, backhand pass picked off by Van Kirk towards goal. Save made by Bethune. Bethune has been standing tall between the pipes here in the second frame. 2.98 goals against average entering the game here today. There's Freeman. Little space to skate it through their own zone, finds Gasso. Gasso takes the blue line, skates it down low behind the goal. Protected there by Allen. The disarray there between each team, and puck skitters into the neutral zone. There's a friendly fire trip there as the Caldecott stick got caught up in the skates of Ziegler. That one will head out of play into the bench area. 10:55 to go here in the second. 3-2 Winterhawks. So Ziegler, or Yeager, excuse me, leans off against Morden. Wins it back, but in their own end here, Washington couldn't get it out. And Smith up the right wing, takes the red line and dumps it in. Going around the boards for Yeager on the far side. Ends up with Ziegler instead. And nothing doing there for the Pride. Good stick work in neutral ice, right? Caldecott, the goal scorer, tied this one up temporarily before Richardson's third gave the Winterhawks the lead once more. Malin behind her own goal. Cuts one defender out of the play. Tried to play it past another. It's taken away though by the Pride. Forecheck going to work now. Away with it there was Mary Worth. Over to Goldie. Goldie backhand pass around the boards, taken away by Caldecott. Looking for Smith. Smith couldn't get past Drevich. Drevich to Gilbertson. Gilbertson drops it off. Olivia Johnson. Danica Morden. And here it is once more with Richardson. Hat-trick hero already in this one. Gets it down low for Danica Morden. Danica comes into a pair of Pride defenders. And Gilbertson manages to seal the attempted clear along the boards. Caldecott behind her own goal. Sends it out of the zone right at the stick of Drevich at neutral ice. Gives the Winterhawks time to reset. Richardson just had it poked away there by Caldecott. He's had a great game for the Pride so far in this one. Richardson still with it though. Just collected it in the attacking zone. Under 9 minutes to go here in the second period. Alford. Another clearance stood up there by the Winterhawks. Comes back up top for Gray. Gray skates it down low, kicks it out wide. And a centering feed there. Got through everybody. And we'll go down the length of the ice for an icing after Smith's clearance off the boards. With 8:33 to go here in the second period. Still no score in this frame, but 3-2 is the score after the first. in favor of the North American Hockey Academy Winterhawks. The Pride, though, managed to get a pair of goals to tie it up in that period, so showing some vulnerabilities here, the Winterhawks. So brings the puck over to the left side. Mailing seals it at the point. Down low for Herringer. Looking across the ice now for Fitzpatrick with space to shoot. Fitzpatrick shoots. Gloves down initially. Rebound in front. Just couldn't get a hold of it there. Still alive with the Winterhawks. Poked away. Save made again by Allen. And they just managed to keep it out of the back of the net after a chaotic progression in front of goal. Went. D to Wilbur. Looking ahead for Crosser. Back to Went. Mary Worth. Good job on the forecheck. That's the clearance impossible. Mailing fires a shot. It's off the skate of Wilbur. Nearly an own goal there from the Pride. Good save, though, by Allen to react to the errant bounce. Still a bit over 8 minutes to go here in this second period of play. North American Hockey Academy has been knocking on the door, but Allen, the last measure of defense there, has been standing tall between the pipes. Puck won back by the Pride, but possession maintained by the Winterhawks. Stealing the puck away, though, is Claire Sullivan. She'll take it up the right wing herself. Tries to drag it through Drevich. Drevich was having none of it, got her stick in the way. But Arita comes away with the puck. Sullivan, Arita down low. Sullivan collects in the slot, didn't get the shot off. Boyce, D to D, over to Crowley. Her shot goes wide off the end boards. Arita behind the goal to collect the puck. Sullivan up top. Shot comes in from the point. Boyce couldn't get it through traffic. Puck is stuck in the slot at the feet of a bunch of Winterhawks, and finally managed to work it out of that position, but Washington still with the offensive zone possession. Sullivan in the near far corner, almost got the initial stop, and then a stretch pass down the length of the ice is too far in front of Megan Goldie. I'll be frozen by Allen. And an offensive zone draw coming up here for the Winterhawks. Still plenty of time to decide a winner here on this one. Washington has had a few close calls here in the second period. Nothing like they had in the first, though, which led them to 2 goals. They're looking solid here in the second period. Gilbertson snaps a shot off. The rebound was denied by Allen. We'll have a stoppage here as the net has been disrupted once again. Bunch of snow around those goalposts, likely not helping the situation. Looks like it'll be Peyton Yeager leaning in against Danica Morden. Morden brings it back to Richardson. Richardson around the boards. Morden behind the goal to collect. Corrals the puck, slides it over to Gilbertson. Gilbertson, far corner, drops it off for Richardson. Richardson's drop pass is taken away by Sullivan for the Pride, and then cleared away by Ziegler. Fitzpatrick keeps it in the neutral zone with the North American Hockey Academy. Richardson now up the right wing. Spins away from pressure and plays the puck to Gilbertson, goal line extended. Centering feed, hops over one, but doesn't get past Mailing, who goes for top bins there. Just put it over the top of the cage. Fitzpatrick in from the point to seal it off. Gilbertson, centering feed. Richardson just got it off the heel of her stick and put it wide. Maisie Alford weaves away from a pair of defenders. Head of steam through the neutral zone. Still Alford trying to get past Mailing. Mailing ties up her stick, puts it along the boards, and Morden is there to steal the puck away. Richardson scoops it up and over the neutral zone, down the length of the ice for icing, just barely. There's a long shift out there for the top line for the Winterhawks. Led to them just opting to dump the puck instead. Playing it out. It'll be Camden Van Kirk, excuse me. Leaning in against Herringer. Puck won back by the Pride. Shot from the point. Save made by Bethune. The rebound was there. Just nobody on the other end of it. Went. Seals it at the point. Sends it around the boards. Freeman. Far corner to collect for the Winterhawks. Still Freeman. Over to Gasso. Gasso. Good stick move past one. Didn't get past the second. Kennedy Miles collects the puck. Wilbur tries to flick it ahead to cross it. Manages to somehow work it out of her own zone. The neutral zone defense from the Winterhawks wins the puck back for the team in red once again. Here's Drevich. Across the ice for Herringer. Her shot just goes wide. Under 5 minutes to go here in the second. Gasso couldn't win the puck back for the Winterhawks on the forecheck. It goes back to Wilbur. Wilbur stretching the ice up to cross it. Drevich collects in her own end instead. Drevich. A little adventure here, the defender. Gets it around the boards. It's cut out by Wilbur. Wilbur tried to drop it off there for Arita. Eventually they do get the clearance after it was pinballed around a bit. Arita into the far corner. Mailing, trying to keep it away from her. Mailing comes away with the puck. In the far corner of her defensive end. 4 minutes to go here in the second period. Still Mailing, good stick handling to escape the pressure of the Washington forecheck there. Worth tries to slap the puck down in neutral ice. Comes up instead with Taylor Boyce. Boyce lost it in her feet, and that allows Gray to knock it forward once again. Called at the point there by Freeman. D to Fitzpatrick across the blue line. Goldie behind the goal line. Tries to drop it off there for Danica Morden. Richardson comes in to help out in the near corner. Puck flicked up off the boards, and Richardson is there for it. Stick handling move to get past one defender. Plays it up top for Freeman with a long-range shot that just skips wide. Fitzpatrick collects from the point, gets it through the legs of one. Her shot is saved by Allen, who's had to make a number of great saves here in the second period. She really is the biggest reason why the Winterhawks haven't put another goal in yet. It's been Allen really keeping them off the boards. So that one goes for icing, an offensive zone draw coming up here for the North American Hockey Academy. Yeager and Morden, won by Morden, touched by Richardson, up to Freeman, weak side pass for Morden. Morden looking towards the weak side in turn. Richardson had a shot, but skates away with it instead. Fitzpatrick, back to Richardson. Bit too hot to handle the pass there. But it's still alive with the Winterhawks. Richardson, near circle, snaps a shot off, glove save made by Allen. Puck skitters up through the neutral zone. Freeman is there for it, pursued heavily by Ziegler. And Freeman will take it all the way behind her own goal. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left to go here in the second period. Gilbertson tries to knock it down, but Fitzpatrick is the one who comes away with it. Fitzpatrick, Richardson, and Gilbertson on the overlap. Richardson goes for goal, save made by Allen. It's Gilbertson who comes with the puck on the near side. Washington coming up the other way with it. Poked away there by Mailing. She regains her own possession with 90 seconds to go. Off the skates, though, of Yeager. Yeager had a chance, but Drevich diffused the situation with expertise. Gasso. Gray. Looking to work up the left wing there. Bounces back to Drevich. Drevich kind of switched the direction of play here with a bit over a minute to go. Winterhawks take the change. Fitzpatrick off the bench. Trying to stretch it ahead to Herringer. Didn't connect on the pass, and it goes for icing. With 1:07 left to go here in the second period. No score yet in this frame, but 3-2 score after the first period. That's the scoreline as it holds right now. Haley Allen, really good period for her between the pipes for the Pride. The Winterhawks have had a good bit more chances this period, but nothing to show for it. Freeman collects the puck after the draw, trying to stretch the ice up. It's ended up at the stick of a Pride player. Looks like it is Wynn. Just trying to break it out of their own zone. Held in by Johnson. Johnson keeps it at the blue line, and once again, they pass around the boards, ends up off the skates of Worth. Worth manages to weave through, keep the puck down low with 35 seconds remaining. Johnson brings the puck back in neutral ice. Over to Worth. Up the right wing. Taken away by Miles. Miles up ahead to cross it. 15 seconds to go. Flings a shot towards goal. It's off the stick of a defender, and will bounce harmlessly off the end boards. Gilbertson, 5 seconds to go. One last push here for the Winterhawks. Sends it into the corner, and will just run out of time here as the second period comes to an end with no change in score, but an exciting one nonetheless. Haley Allen, really the story of the period there, making some really tough saves in between the pipes for the Pride. But after 34 minutes of play, it has been a very good game here so far between the North American Hockey Academy Red Team and the Washington Pride. We'll cut the ice here, and we'll be right back in just a few.
only seen one game there, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of student turnout.
Yeah, no, it's good, especially the second half of the year. You know, first half of the year, kids are all doing finals and at the start of the season, right? So usually around January, you get a ton of fans at the college games. It's great. The Northeastern women's coach is here.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of scouts.
Yep. My man Carp. They're a good team every year, Northeastern.
Yeah.
I got to do the national title game they were in a few years ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got to broadcast that. They lost in OT. It was heartbreaking. Maybe the worst thing that's ever happened to me, but
Wish they had shots.
yeah. I would love like a little more information, but it is what it is.
It's hard. Like, every time I try to track it myself, I screw it up and it's not the same.
All right, everyone, welcome back for the third period of play here between the North American Hockey Academy Red Team and the Washington Pride U16s. It's 3-2 in favor of the Winterhawks wearing red here. We'll see how it plays out here in this third period. Washington managed to hold on despite a number of chances in the second period from the Winterhawks to keep things scoreless in that frame and keep the deficit at just a goal. Richardson goes to work up the right wing for the Winterhawks. Sends it down low, goal line extended. Danica Morden in front. Her backhand shot is saved by Allen. She got her pad to it. I'm not entirely sure she was aware of it. She was looking around for that puck a little frantically, but made the save and held on to it. A very competitive game so far through about 34 minutes of play. Another 17-minute period coming right up here. About 35 seconds into this one. Down behind the goal line, Megan Goldie manages to get herself free and center the puck. No one on the other end of it. And Lauren Smith sends it out of the zone for the Pride. It's taken right back though by Ellie Mailing. Johnson back to Mailing. Mailing circle shot, save made initially by Allen. The rebound was there, was just cleared away by Boyce. And now Washington will try to clear it from their end. Worth almost had it, but ends up going all the way to neutral ice. And Mailing collects. There's D to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick lets it bounce off the boards to Worth. Worth's feed up the ice is taken by Caldecott. And the Pride now will try to break it out. Caldecott started the scoring here for Washington. Arena continued it, tying the game up for all of about 20 seconds before Richardson found her hat-trick goal. Long shot, glove save made there off the stick of Caldecott. And we'll have an offensive zone draw here for the Pride with 15:20 left to go in this game. Banger leans in against Sullivan. Sullivan wins it back. Shot comes in. Caldecott again. This one was wide, but it was still snagged there by Bethune. And we'll have another offensive zone draw here for the Pride. So Aaron Kirk, who took the draw there, won the draw, but not possession. Freeman was D to Drevich. Drevich, who is had a really sharp game on the puck so far. And just to work it up to Gray. Gray inside there for Gasso. Gasso swerves through the neutral zone, takes the blue line and the zone for the Winterhawks and gets the puck back on the top of the far circle. Gasso works it in the middle. Pass was there, just not the shot. Herringer had her stick taken out of the equation there by the Pride defense, and now the Pride need to work it out of their own end again. Van Kirk manages to work it all the way through the neutral zone. Drevich, though, is there at her defensive blue line to collect. Washington takes the change, and Drevich wants to circle back to her own end. Stretch pass up the ice to Richardson. Richardson manages to take it into the zone through the right wing. Goal line extended. Centering feed. The touch shot there was just wide. Gilbertson got her stick to it. Just not enough of the puck. Gilbertson now centers it, looking in for Morden. Back to Gilbertson, walking towards the goal, now behind. Gilbertson up top to Fitzpatrick, high at top of the circle. Melling claps one towards goal. Rebound there for Morden, looking towards the weak side. Richardson had it taken away by Sullivan. Sullivan going right to left across the neutral zone, couldn't connect with a teammate. And that gives Mailing a chance to play it up to Richardson. Richardson, Gilbertson, across the blue line. Richardson back to Gilbertson. Goal line extended now. Centering feed, it was more of a shot. It ends up being saved either way. Allen got her chest to it. And Fitzpatrick will have to collect the neutral ice again. Washington defensive change here really quick. And as they head to the bench for fresher legs. Wilbur stood up in her defensive corner on the far side. Here it is now with Went. Back to Wilbur. Johnson comes away with it up top to Drevich. Back to Johnson, top of the far circle. He's like going through her skates, and Wilbur behind her own goal to collect. Worth, good pressure on the forecheck there. Goldie nearly had the possession, but just falls at the stick of Jaeger. Drevich couldn't handle the bouncing puck through the neutral zone. Goldie comes away to keep it in a good position. It's knocked down the length of the ice, no icing. And Freeman will be back on her own end to collect as the Pride take the change. Just over Goldie's stick, held at the point by Boyce. Boyce looking inwards. It's blocked by a Winterhawk. It's sent down the length of the ice towards Allen's cage. He has to actually play the puck to keep it out. So no icing. Freeman keeps it in the zone for the Winterhawks. And 12 minutes now are left in the game. The Winterhawks lead by a goal, 3-2. Washington could have a chance here. Here's Boyce towards goal. Bethune didn't get a hold of it. Miles sends it down low, looking for Crossett. Crossett keeps it down low. It's taken back by Herringer. Gray finds the puck in neutral ice. Hands into Maisie Alfred. Squirts back to Mailing, over to Fitzpatrick on the right wing. Fitzpatrick and Danica Morden managed to get the puck down low. It's on the stick of Alfred. Manages to backhand it. Ahead to Crossett, but Crossett couldn't clear. Here's Gilbertson. Her shot is blocked in front there by Caldecott. Back up top to Mailing. Mailing lost her handle, but Richardson collects. Across the blue line to Fitzpatrick. Looking in towards goal, got it through traffic. The follow-up scores. Danica Morden on the weak side scoops up the puck and fires it home, and doubles the advantage for the Winterhawks here in the third period. So it'll be 4-2 in favor of the North American Hockey Academy. The red team U16s, and they have taking control of this one with not a lot of time remaining for Washington. So if Washington can get their transition back the way it was working in the first period, Winterhawks will certainly have something to think about here as Gilbertson works it in to Morden fresh off the goal. Back to Gilbertson, tried to backhand it. Richardson finds it, shot just wide. Still in the offensive zone for the Winterhawks. Centering pass taken away by Wendt. Sullivan lost it in her skates and had to play it back down further into her defensive zone. Wilbur, centering feed there, finds Sullivan. Sullivan weaves through a pair of defenders, but just lost the reach of the puck. Sullivan manages to poke it down low for Drevich, who collects it in her own zone. Megan Goldie, backhand pass ahead to Worth. Worth just lost her handle. Almost managed to get it back, but Drevich is there to collect. D to Freeman. Freeman backhands it into the zone. 10 minutes left on the clock here in the third period. Worth couldn't get it out of the corner there, and it comes away with Emmy Arita, the goal scorers for Washington here today. Fitzpatrick crosses the blue line, tips the puck in. Knocked away by Allen into the corner, but still with Fitzpatrick. Goldie at the point, sweeps it down low. Fitzpatrick, backhand bank pass. Looking in the middle now for Johnson. Johnson keeps it alive behind the goal line. Back up top from Mailing. Johnson lost an edge and was not on her feet to play that puck, so it stays with Washington. And Johnson looks like she's had a bit of a long shift here. Stretch pass down the length of the ice will go for an icing. And with 9 minutes, 12 seconds left to go, Winterhawks have another offensive zone draw. Libby Gasso leaning in against Yeager. Tied up on the dot, and Washington briefly came away with it before it was held at the blue line, excuse me. Fitzpatrick knocks it back in from neutral ice. Back to collect as Boyce. Boyce over to Crowley. Kicks it out wide to Smith. Smith through the neutral zone has a bit of a 3-on-2 developing here. Poked away by Fitzpatrick. Nailing wheels it around one defender. Takes it up the left wing with a head of steam through the neutral zone. Far circle. Shot! Score! She does it all by herself. And Ellie Mailing makes it a 5-2 game. About as coast to coast of an effort as you'll get. Takes it from her own defensive zone and down the length to score. A nice score at that. Went for the near post up high. Blocker side over Allen, who has had a great game in her own right. Just not much she could have done there in the 1-on-0 chance. Puck one off the restart with 8.5 minutes to go. And now a comfortable 5-2 lead for the Winterhawks. Freeman, who starts it from her own blue line. Under pressure a bit there from Camden Van Kirk. Good forecheck. An equally good effort by the defender to wiggle away from the pressure there. Drevich. A bit of trouble here. Cross it. Goal line extended centering feed. Just taken away there by Herringer. Gasso up the left wing to Gray. Gray off the boards and around the end boards. For Caldecott to collect. As I mentioned, Caldecott started the scoring here for Washington. Winning the puck back though is Gilbertson. Backhand save made by the blocker of Allen. Here's Richardson now. Hat trick to her name in just the first period. Up to the blue line, big old circle around the zone, looking towards goal. Centering feed, and not ready for it there was Gilbertson. Nailing pinches it from the point. Gilbertson lost an edge. That allows Alfred to skate with a bit of space there and clear the puck to neutral ice. Mailing though, fresh off of a stellar goal, tries to feed it to Richardson, just out of reach for the 2026 forward. Held up the blue line. Goldie, now the lone forward on the ice as the rest of her team takes a change. Good job to slow things up at the forecheck, and that allows Fitzpatrick to win it back in the neutral zone. Worth. Goldie, the head of steam through the right wing. Just lost sight of the puck. Drevich manages to keep it in the zone. Goal line extended now behind the goal. Kicks it ahead to herself, still Drevich. Rita Comes in defensively, tries to sweep the puck away. Goldie walks it in towards goal. Pass save made by Allen. And the rebound is collected eventually by Goldie. A number of bodies end up spilling onto the floor there. Caldecott off the glass and out of the zone, down the length of the ice. That will go for icing, but give the Washington Pride a much needed break here after a sustained zone effort from the Winterhawks. 5-2 the score here in favor of the North American Hockey Academy, but Washington did get one back. They've been strong in transition today. Puck won back by Yeager off the draw. Gasso on the forecheck, tries to pry the puck away. Ends up coming to Caldecott, who flicks it down the length of the ice. Giving chase is Taylor Zielger. Yeager manages to play it to Zielger, and then here it is on the high slot. Shot blocked there from Smith, and then it's swallowed up after it squirts through by Bethune. Offensive zone draw here for the Pride. 5:45 left in the third period. Lee Herringer leading in for the Winterhawks. And for the Pride, it's Yeager. Hang around the boards by Ziegler. Connects with Wilbur on the far side. Wilbur, though, had her pass repelled. And that gives Gray a lot of space in the neutral zone. She's got numbers trailing behind her. Into the far corner now with Gray. Back between the legs pass. Eventually works his way up to Drevich. Cross the blue line. Freeman back to Drevich. Towards goal. Took a deflection there, it seems. And it bounces off the end boards before being pounced on by Allen. 5:13 to go here in the third. Keep an eye on Allen as Washington potentially would pull her in the latter minutes here of this third period. Puck won by Washington. Richardson comes away with it though for the North American Academy. Gilbertson manages to take it off one hitter. Centering pass was off the back of Allen's arm. And Allen managed to freeze the puck there with exactly 5 minutes on the clock. Danica Morden wins the puck back to Drevich. Drevich head up, looking towards goal, goes towards Morden instead wide. Morden looking towards the weak side. Richardson just taking a bit of a spill there. Is not ready for the puck. Coming up the other way now, Kennedy Myers. Shot took a deflection and is swallowed up by Bethune. Offensive zone draw now for Washington. A good game here, but Washington needs to establish some zone time here in the latter parts of the third period if they really want to get back into this one. Face-off won by the Pride, but possession maintained by the Winterhawks. Cameron Van Kirk. Bethune sticks the puck, drops it off from Mailing. Good forecheck though by Ellie Crossett. Crossett tries to feed it through the middle, nobody on the other end. And Goldie will clear the puck into neutral ice. Worth takes the attacking zone down low for Johnson. Back up top for Mailing. Mailing lost an edge. Onto her knees and managed to keep his own. Goldie, with one hand on her stick, plays the puck down low. And it's eventually cleared by Washington. Fitzpatrick, though, gives chase. A good forecheck from Crossett. Maybe caught Fitzpatrick off guard a little bit. Johnson flung the puck off of the stick of a Washington Pride player, but had so much power on her pass that it knocked the stick out of the Pride player's hand. Now North America takes the change. Washington has a bit of a chance here. Here's Alfred. Sullivan trails behind her. Back up top to the point for Caldecott. Cleared away down the length of the ice for an icing. In Washington, maybe they heard me a little bit. They're putting some really good pressure here on the attacking zone, making life a bit more difficult for Fitzpatrick, Drevich, Freeman, and the likes. Mailing Those defenders for the Winterhawks having a bit more trouble clearing their own lines. Caldecott shot through traffic, didn't get by everyone. Centering feed, no one on the other end of it. Ellie Gasso has Gray on her right. Gasso takes the zone. Stick handles past one, but the trailing defender, Arita, manages to disrupt her play. Freeman from the point. Keeps it in the zone. Gasso snaps a shot off, but it's swallowed up there by Allen. 3 minutes to go here in the third. 5-2 still to score. Gasso, Jaeger, representing their teams on the face-off. Gasso wins it. Freeman collects at the top of the blue line. Gray to Freeman, sealed at the point, but now sealed along the boards with Gasso in the mix. Went. Gray there to collect, but Went managed to steal her pass away. Back-to-back interceptions there. Smith up ahead to Ziegler. Now Jaeger with a head of steam through the zone. Great defensive work there to slow her down by Drevich. Freeman to Gray. Bouncing puck couldn't be settled. Possession turned over. Two minutes to go here in the third. Drevich stretches the ice, trying to find Gray. Gray tipped it ahead to Danica Morden. She has a goal to her name today. Morden, centering feed, shot, blocked in front, still alive though with Gilbertson. Penalty coming up, that'll be a trip against Camden Van Kirk. See that one up here. Well, a power play to end this one for the North American Hockey Academy. The Winterhawks will have the extra skater on the ice. And if you're the Washington Pride, get down the ice, maybe try to pull your goalie, get back to even strength. Minute 45 to go in the game, minute 50 on the penalty. Centering feed from Morden, just didn't get the shot off. Johnson keeps it in the zone for Richardson. Morden, Manning. Across the blue line to Gasso. Gasso looking in towards Richardson. Richardson had her stick lifted, but Malin seals it on the far point. Under 90 seconds left now. Malin, stick handles past one, slides it over to Gasso. Minute 15. Sauce pass in the middle, back out to Gasso. Gasso gets past one, there's a bit of space to shoot, just rips it wide. Morden. Malin, back to Morden. Just missed the puck and took a bit of a hit there. Collected by Richardson. Under a minute to go here. Winterhawks lead 5-2, looking for a sixth. Malin, Gasso. Goal line extended now. Towards goal. Feed to Morden. 2 saves made there by Allen, right on the doorstep. And Washington gets the clear with just a bit over 30 seconds to go. Great effort there by the penalty kill unit for the Pride. Here in the twilight of this game, Richardson kicks it over to Morden and then out wide to Malin. Left wing with 15 seconds to go is Malin. Goal line extended, tries to stick handle past one, under 10 seconds now. Richardson, Johnson at the top, and that will do it here. As an exciting game comes to an end after 51 minutes of play. The U16 North American Hockey Academy Red team wins 5-2 over the Washington Pride U16s. Great game though. Washington made it close in the first period, but NAHA managed to take it down the stretch. And after an exciting second game of hockey here on the Red Rink, we'll be back around 1:50 for another broadcasting game. That'll be the U19s once more. It will be the Philadelphia Junior Flyers versus Northwood. So a good one to watch out for there. Be sure to tune in just a bit. Jack Sinclair with the JWHL. Thanks for listening. We'll be back in just a moment.